Hi everyone, my name is Amber Langford. Welcome to Sunrise Stretch. For today's stretches, we are going to be on the ground the whole time. We're going to be laying down and seated doing our stretches today. So I'd recommend, if you have one, getting a yoga mat out just to be a little bit more comfortable and have a little bit more support. Let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and lay on the ground. We're going to start with our head and back and feet flat on the ground. Hands are going to be off to the side. We're going to pull our legs together so our feet are touching, knees are touching. And we're going to gently start with some side to side rocks. So we're just bringing our knees over to the right and then to the left. Just doing some gentle rocks, letting that low back kind of open up, get a little bit of movement. We're going to do one more rock to each side. Good. From here, go ahead and float both legs up in the air. We're going to grab the tops of our shins and just gently pull our knees towards our chest, letting that back round. You might notice your tailbone is no longer on the ground, and that's okay. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Trying to pull those knees a little bit closer to your chest with each exhale. Good. Go ahead and relax your arms. We're going to straighten our left leg out. So now our left leg is going to be flat on the ground. Both hands are going to grab our shin on our right leg, and we're just going to pull our right knee closer to our chest. Left leg stays flat on the ground. So we're kind of opening up that front of the left hip, as well as stretching out our low back and glutes on that right side. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Pulling that knee a little bit closer with each breath. Good. Go ahead and relax, straighten that right leg, bring that left leg up. Same thing, we're going to grab that front of the shin and gently pull our knee closer to our chest. Right leg stays flat on the ground. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. One more deep breath. Go ahead and release that left side. We're going to start with some nerve glides on our right leg. This nerve glide is meant to kind of focus starting from low back, going all the way to our toes. The left leg is going to be flat. Right leg is going to be bent up in the air. We're going to lace our fingers behind our thigh, right below our knee. We're going to flex our toes so our foot is pulling back towards our shin on that right leg. From here, we're going to straighten our right leg as far as we can until we feel tension. And then we're going to point to those toes and bend that leg back down. We're going to do 6 here. So that was 1. Flexing those toes, Straightening that leg until you feel tension, and then pointing and bending that knee down. We're still breathing while we're doing this. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Just keeping that motion nice and smooth. Trying to get that leg a little bit straighter with each repetition. Last one here, we're going to hold at the top and we're going to point and flex our foot. And go ahead and relax, bending that knee down. We're going to straighten our right leg and we're going to bend that left leg up, and we're going to repeat the same thing on this left side. So fingers laced behind our thigh. We're going to start by flexing our toes up on that left foot, straightening our leg until we feel tension, and then pointing our foot and bending that knee back down. Keeping a nice steady pace. Taking those deep breaths. Seeing if you can get your leg a little bit straighter with each repetition. That is 5. Last one here. And we're going to hold at the top and then point and flex your left foot. Good, go ahead and relax that left side. Bringing both legs down to the ground, feet are gonna be flat, bending those knees up. We're gonna do a figure 4. So for our figure 4, we're gonna start with that right leg. So if you can, I want you to cross your right ankle on top of your left leg. And I want you to lift both legs up so they're floating in the air. Hands are going to lace behind your left leg, and you're just going to gently pull your legs closer to your chest, keeping that right hip nice and open in a figure 4 position. If you cannot get your legs off the ground, that's okay. You can feel free to just hold down here and putting some light pressure on that right knee, opening up that hip. So just meeting me wherever you're at, taking some deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Two more deep breaths here. Go ahead and lower your legs down, still keeping those legs crossed. So left foot's going to be on the ground. Hands are going to be pulled off the side, and we're going to rotate to the left, reaching that right foot for the ground. If you want a deeper stretch, you can place your left hand on your right knee and just gently pull your right knee closer to the ground. Shoulders are staying flat. We're rotating through our spine here. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Letting your body relax with each exhale, getting deeper into that rotation. So go ahead and uncross your legs, bringing both legs back up to that neutral position so our hips are square again. facing the ceiling. We're going to switch sides. So now we're going to cross that left foot right over our right knee, keeping that hip nice and open in that figure 4 position. We're either holding here with some light pressure on your left knee, or we're floating our legs up, lacing our fingers behind our thighs, and gently pulling our legs closer to our chest. Taking those deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. When we're doing those deep breaths, as we inhale, our belly rises. And as we exhale, our belly falls. Last breath here. Go ahead and bring your right foot down to the ground, and then rotating over to the right, trying to get that left knee as close to the ground as you can. Shoulders stay flat. Getting a little bit more rotation with each exhale. Trying to relax your body. Last breath here. Good. This time we're going to uncross our legs, so we're going to stack them on top of each other, and we're going to roll onto our side. So we're going to be laying on our right side here. We're going to tuck our knees up so our knees are even with our hips, feet together. We are going to take our right arm and support our neck by cushioning it with our forearm. We are going to take our left hand and we're going to do a open book variation here. So arm is going to stay straight on that left side, and we're just going to reach forward as far as we can, and then we're going to bring that left arm up, rotating it over our head, opening. And making a nice circle with that left arm. So that left arm opens, circles down and around. It reaches our thigh, and then we roll back so our shoulders are stacked and reaching forward. So we're making a nice big circle with that left arm. As that left arm opens, we're rotating and looking up to the ceiling. And then the arm closes over that thigh and shoulders stack once again. We're just going to do one more circle here, and then we'll switch sides. We're getting a little bit of some mobility throughout our shoulder and through our thoracic spine. So we're kind of opening up that rib cage a little bit here. Once you have those shoulders stacked again, we are going to roll over onto that left side. So I am going to roll and face the other direction here. So now when we're laying on our left side, we're going to bring our knees up so they're even with our hips, supporting our head and neck with that left arm. Right arm is going to reach forward, and then we're going to bring it up and circle, opening that chest, looking up to the ceiling. Arms circled around to our thighs. Stacking those shoulders again, reaching forward as far as we can. And then opening. We're trying to keep our arm as close to the ground as we can here. We have one more circle. So we're reaching forward and opening, rotating through that spine. And coming to a close. Good. Go ahead and slowly come on up to a seated position. We are going to sit up tall. Feet are going to be flat on the ground. Legs are bent. We are going to reach our fingers and hands behind us. Fingers are pointing away from our body. We're just going to slowly walk those hands out. So our chest leans back. Shoulders are going to stay pulled away from our ears. We're just kind of opening up through our biceps and those forearms, and we're just going to hold here. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. You should feel a little stretch through those biceps and into those forearms here. Arms are staying as straight as you can. Last breath. And slowly walk those hands up, coming up to a tall seated position. We are going to get into a comfortable seated position. So I'm comfortable sitting with my legs crossed. Feel free to sit however is comfortable for you. So we're going to stretch our triceps. So we're going to bring our right arm up and bending it back behind our head, reaching for our shoulder blade. We're going to take that left arm, grabbing our elbow, and we're just going to pull that elbow behind our head. So you should feel a nice stretch down your right tricep here. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. One more breath. And switching sides. Now our left arm is pulling behind our head. Right hand grabs our left elbow, and we're just pulling that elbow behind our head, reaching that left hand for our shoulder blade, seeing if we can touch it. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Maybe you can on one side and maybe you can't on the other side, and that's okay. One more deep breath here. Good. Go ahead and release those arms. Shake them out a little bit. We're going to switch and we're going to do a mini straddle here. So we're going to be chest up tall. We're going to have our legs nice and flat, straightening those knees. So we're trying to press the backs of our knees into the ground. We're going to flex our toes, pulling our toes back to our shins. From here, we're just going to walk our hands forward, right in the middle. We're reaching as far as we can, and we're just holding here. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Trying to move a little bit farther with each exhale. You can also feel free to relax your neck and let your head drop down. One more breath here. Good. We are going to stay in this position, but we're going to take our right hand and we're going to thread the needle. So our right hand goes underneath that left, reaching for our left foot. We're dropping that right shoulder down, seeing how close we can get it to the ground. We're just getting a little bit of rotation here. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. One more breath here. And returning both hands to center. Same thing. We're now going to thread that left hand underneath that right. Reaching for that right foot with our left hand. Trying to drop our left shoulder closer to the ground. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Returning both hands to center, and you can slowly walk those hands up. Once you're sitting tall, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to touch the bottom of our feet together, so they should be touching. You can have your legs, feet away from your body, or you can pull them closer to your body. The closer they are to your body, the more our hips open, the more stretch we get. We are going to just hold here, sitting up tall. If you want a little bit more of an added stretch, you can brace your forearms or your hands on those knees and gently pushing down, opening up those hips. This is called a butterfly stretch. We're going to walk our hands out, so we're reaching forward, still keeping those knees as close to the ground as you can, opening up those hips, reaching as far as we can. Once we've gone as far as we can, we're just going to hold and breathe. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. And go ahead and walk your hands up. We are going to straighten our legs. Knees are going to be trying to press into the ground. We're going to flex our toes up so our toes are pulling towards our shins. Back is nice and flat, reaching tall. We're going to walk our hands forward, trying to grab our toes. Keeping those legs as straight as we can for this whole time. We're going to do 2 breaths here. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. If you're able to, go ahead and grab those toes, gently pulling those toes back to your shins. We're just adding a little bit more of a calf stretch here. If you're not able to reach your toes, that's okay. You can just actively flex them and get an active stretch as well. One more deep breath. Release those toes, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to work those ankles out a little bit. So we're going to flex left foot towards our shins. We're going to point that right foot, so right toes are reaching for the ground. Holding for 1 breath. And we're going to switch. So now right foot flexes, left foot points. So we're going to be doing this. And switch. Right foot points, left foot flexes. And switch. And do 1 more each side. Switch. Actively pointing and flexing, trying to get as much distance in between. Switch for the last time. And relax. Go ahead and shake it out, coming on up to a stand. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. Once again, my name's Amber. This was Sunrise Stress. I hope you feel a little bit less tension, a little bit more mobile, and ready to get on with your day. Thank you for joining me.